Hey guys, what's going on? Kulprit here, and welcome to episode 2 of Mailbag. This is a little series I do on Fridays, just kind of round out the week for me to talk to you and just kind of interact a little more. You know, you guys know I like doing that. New things coming, as I just announced yesterday. I'm going to start streaming now, so that's just yet another way to kind of interact with you guys. It's a lot of fun, so if you haven't done so already, head over to twitch.tv/Kulprit008 and follow me there so you don't miss out on any fun times. Today I'm going to talk about some questions that I got last week. How this works is, in this week's episode, right now, the one you're watching, post any questions you may have down in the comments, and when I sit down to record next week's episode, I'm going to look at these comments, and I'm going to pick out my favorite ones, and ones that are most intriguing to me, and we'll talk about them. It's not only limited to the comments, but comments is the best place to post them, but if you feel you want a little anonymity, please feel free. Facebook, well, Twitter wouldn't give you anonymity, or email, like always. All the links are down in the description that you may need. It could be just about anything. Gaming related, Battlefield 3, Arma 3 just launched, SimCity DRM, a hot topic. It could be personal, it could be about YouTube. Anything I might be able to help you with and you want to be, or something you've been wanting to ask me for a while now, this would be the perfect forum to do that. So today, let's just kick it right off. I got a question from OK Troller. Hey Kulprit, I have a better name. How about You Got Mail? That's right. I'm still kind of deciding on names. I'm kind of pulling them all in. So if you guys have a name for the series, Mailbag. It just sounds like some mailbag. So I'm looking for something a little better. If you guys have suggestions, please, again, in the comments, and I'll give proper credit. But I got a couple of good suggestions already. I'm just kind of putting them all together, letting it kind of marinate for a couple weeks, and I'll hopefully make a decision. As for the question, how about this idea for Battlefield 4? The more server stars you get with a gun, the better you are with it. That's true in real life, I guess. I mean, like, your reload is slightly faster, your accuracy is a bit better, and camos aren't in DLC. I don't get the last part, but it's okay to say his name, so I did. Okay, Troller, thank you very much for the question. It was very intriguing. I see where you're going with this, and I see why you might make this extension, but no, I do not want to see this. This would be rewarding people who play more, not necessarily play better. You're going like an MMO style almost, where you can grind and you build up skills, which I enjoy that style in certain games. I would not enjoy that in my FPS games. I want this, as you guys know, I talk about all the time. I want a level playing field on skill and balance, and that's all I want. I want randomness taken out. I don't want pay to win, which we don't have that in Battlefield 4, but other games we do, or Battlefield 3, we don't have that here, but we do have that in other games where it's almost very similar. They can buy better guns, or they can buy a better perk. That, I feel like, imbalances, even though it is open to everyone. This would do much the same way. You would be rewarding people who play more, especially when you take into account boosting and just cheap play, things like that. I mean, people already bitch and moan enough. Actually, I'm pretty lucky you guys don't criticize me too badly about all the guys that use the M16 all the time, and now the 416 and the AEKs, and there's not enough variety really in the weapons, especially for YouTubers, and I'm a culprit of that. Wow. But I just like those guns, and I use them a lot because they're effective. Now, if I had all this time built into one gun, and I had all kinds of extra perks and natural abilities with that gun, that would probably be an issue where I would never use another type of gun, and I don't think I want to. I don't want to support that. I wouldn't want to support that. There's probably better ways to go about this. If you made it a little broader, maybe just make it with assault rifles or an engineer kit or something. But I'd just rather stay away from this. I don't trust any developer right now out there to balance something like this properly. I could see something that's maybe in like a Planetside 2 type of game where playing time is a factor, but I haven't played that game, so it's hard for me to comment. But no, unfortunately, I wouldn't like to see this. Again, I see where you're coming from with this, and you're thinking maybe it might help with the immersion and give people more reason to constantly be playing the game and help in the longevity. But I think that I think it would just disrupt the competitive balance too much. I wouldn't want to see this. But thank you for the question. Question 2 comes from Larry G. I've talked to you a million times, and I don't think I've ever thought about how to pronounce your name, so hopefully I got it right. He gave me a pretty long one, but I think it's pretty good question, so let me get into it. First, he says, hey man, I like the new video, something different. How about Kulprit's correspondence? He, of course, builds off the Ks. So thank you again for the suggestion. It's on the list. We'll see what we come up with at the end. So here's a question for next video, i.e. this one. What do you think about the next-gen consoles? The rumor is they're going to be basically gaming PCs. Yes, they are. Do you think PC players would jump to the console play? Or do you think it's a little too late for consoles? Also, well, I'll just let me answer that first, and I'll hit the second part of your question. No, I do not. I do not. It's more. well, you got to understand right now, no matter what the PS4 comes out with or the Xbox 720 announces, it's not going to be about hardware. My PC is always going to dominate the console. PC players, it's different. I'm a convert, so I can say that it's a casual versus. I'm not saying anybody's any more of a gamer than another person. For PC, for me, what it really means to me is options. It means freedom, it's flexibility. Even if these consoles come out with upgradability, you're gonna have to upgrade through Sony. You're gonna have to upgrade through I don't want that. I want competitive market. I mean, look at how cheap hard drives are. Now look at how cheap RAM is. I don't want to have to be at somebody's whim, scraping every little ounce of profit out. I want to be able to build what I want to build, what I think is best suited for me to build. Like I have right now, I have a PC, and I know you don't YouTube, so you could build a PC much cheaper than I could, very different, and get just as good, if not better, in experience gaming. Now I do YouTube, so I need a system where I build it towards that. You know, it's just the freedom and customization that I would never go away from. And it's a different style of games. I love free to play. Now I think we're gonna start to see some free to play on consoles eventually. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but it's on PC right now, and it's gonna be on PC a lot sooner. I mean, there's some quality free to play games out there. I was get Blacklight Retribution. I'm gonna actually post some stuff of that soon. I want to get back into that game. It's been a while. You know, you got MOBAs, League of Legends, Dota 2, just off the top of my head. We've got games you guys don't have, and I don't see you getting it, even at the specs that the next-gen specs are gonna... Here's my fear. You guys that are waiting on these consoles are gonna... As the consoles get to that next-gen specs, well, guess what? The games are gonna jump up to what the PC next-gen specs are, and it's like you're always gonna be reaching for that rung and missing. I don't want to be a part of that treadmill. I'm gonna just... You know, I've built my PC. When you put your initial money down, now I just got to upkeep it, and that's not very expensive. For me to keep my PC at cutting edge, costs less than it does for console players to buy games, because I don't buy full price games very often anymore. If I pay over $30 for a game, that's a lot for me. And the next $30 game, I see myself. Actually, I might get SimCity, so that could be. But I am actually gonna wait to see if that goes on sale. Might be Battlefield 4 that I pay a full blown price for. So, you know. No, I don't see it happening. It's more to it than just hardware specs. It's a freedom of choice to do whatever you want. It's a different style of games. It's always gonna have better hardware. It just is. I know console guys don't want to hear that. It just is. I mean, that doesn't mean that a guy like me isn't gonna have a console too. I absolutely will. I'm gonna get one of them. I know that. Which one I don't know, and I might end up with both because I have two little boys that are gonna be growing into that age very soon. But I don't see me going from a primary PC gamer now to a console gamer. I just don't see it. I do see the other way going, and I think that goes into your second question. I do see a lot. I mean, I just know from YouTubers, a lot of console guys are making the transformation now, and I haven't heard one guy complain about it. So if you do it right, you have some help, and you get over that initial hump of just, holy crap, there's so much to learn. If you can get in and you can make that initial investment, I guarantee you will have a better experience. And that's not being an elitist. I'm sorry if that offends. I just feel, you know, as passionately as some of you feel about consoles, I feel about PC gaming. It's been that enjoyable to me. Now, the second part of your question is, also with the success of Steam and other download-to-play markets, do you think that will affect the console market with rising game prices? No, I think it should probably do the opposite, actually. You know, Sony and Microsoft... And other game developer, big, you know, AAA titles, Activision and things, they really have their head in the sand with this, because we've heard about, you know, we just heard EA now saying they're going to charge maybe more. There's rumors of up to $100 for PS4 games. Ludicrous. Is not going to happen. It might happen, but it's not going to work. 69 that they're at about now is way too much. And then they're going to pile microtransactions on top and this normal DLC. What they're trying to do is just take any profit market and business model out there and just smashing it together. Free-to-play works because you get the game for free, and then you have microtransactions, I guess freemium, whatever you want to call it. You have microtransactions to enhance your game, but you have the game to play. Like, I can play League of Legends and be fine for $0. But if I get in the game and I enjoy the game and I want a new avatar or something, then I pay money, and I have no problem with that. I love that template, and I should make a lot of videos on it because I'm very passionate about that. But I'm not going to go and pay a game, and there's talks about this in Battlefield 4, for $70, maybe more, And then you're gonna make me feel, because that's how you have to do it to make someone buy these microtransactions, that they don't have the full experience. For $70, I better have the full experience. So with Steam and things, I just see the prices going down. They're obviously trying to kill the used game market, but I see Steam, especially with Steam coming out with the Steam box, which it's gonna be directly competing with them. I see prices have to come down. They're gonna have to. I don't see how. I just think this is going to aid in the exodus of console gamers, and I don't think consoles are going anywhere. I absolutely don't. But I think if you're an avid and very hardcore gamer, eventually you're gonna look over and be like, "What am I doing? Why am I spending $70 on a game that PC guys are getting 3 weeks later for $29.99?" It's a logical evolution to me. And in my feeling, a lot of these big publishers are driving people that way. It's crazy to me. They have their heads in the sand. They want to raise game prices and then pile on all these extra transactions on top. It doesn't work. You can't just take every profiteering motive and just make it into one. You know, microtransactions work because I didn't spend $70 to buy the game. You know, the Battlefield 3 model is about, I'd say that's probably the closest thing there is. You know, I don't agree with a lot of it, but it felt somewhat fair. They missed the mark on a lot of the DLCs, but at least I felt like I got value for the game, especially when you add in Karkand, even though I've, technically got Karkand twice. At least I got a lot of extra DLC there that I didn't feel like they made on launch day and just tucked aside to make more money later. I don't feel like that way with DICE, but a lot of games do that. Day one DLC is ridiculous. But no, I think prices are going to have to come down, especially as we see the quality of games come down. I mean, just look at SimCity just launched. Now, the game is supposedly phenomenal, but most people can't play it. So, I just don't see it. And I know a lot of people that have now not bought the game. I mean, they might eventually, but they're not going to buy it until all this stuff where it blows down, and that's me. I'm not going to buy it until I'm sure everything's working. So, yeah, thank you. Very good questions. You made this one go long. Both of you guys gave me good, long-winded questions, but pertinent, and they're on topic right now currently, so I figured they were good ones to do. Remember, if you have something you want to ask me, personal, YouTube, gaming, business of gaming, like these guys, feel free to post it in the comments. If you want to post it directly to me with a little discretion, send it to my email. If you do not want me to use your name, please mention that in the email, or in fact, what I usually do is, unless you tell me I can use your name, which I'm sure Larry is fine with, I will not use your name. I'll keep it anonymous, and we can go from there. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Just a reminder, guys, don't miss any of my content. Clicking the big screen in the middle, that's going to take you to the Battlefield 3 playlist, where you'll find a lot of videos similar to the one you just watched. The video to the lower left-hand side, that's my Let's Play channel. Over there, I post all kinds of Let's Plays and walkthroughs, Minecraft, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, all kinds of different games that don't fit into the first-person shooter genre. And to the lower right, make sure you do not miss the Company 008 community channel. You're going to find a lot of directors over there that post similar content to mine, so if you like my stuff, you're probably going to like theirs too. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a nice day.